Good evening, you guys. Good evening, good evening. Oh, nobody's here early. I am like sitting on the floor. Oh, because you were sitting in this chair last time. Oh, that's better. Good evening, good evening. If you guys can say hello and let us know where you're watching from, that will be fabulous, although they probably can't hear a word I'm saying. Okay, we gotta do a mic check. Mic check, 1 2 1 2. Okay, can you hear me, babe?
Not there yet.
Microphone check, microphone checker. 1 2. Microphone check, microphone checker. 1 2.
You good?
Okay, my mic wants to like turn into my shirt for some reason. It's weird. I don't know, but I guess you can hear me, so we're good. Good evening, good evening. How is everyone? You guys notice where we are? Fabulous, right? I don't know if this camera is kind of tilted. That's weird. It's fine. I hope I remembered everything because now I have like the reverse problem. I packed everything into the house and then we packed up everything for my crafting to make room for the stuff for the auction last night. So I hope I found everything today. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to turn this down a wee bit. I have the remote to the cooler. And we'll wait. I think I'm just hot right now from running around in the heat. But we have a cooler. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And it's on like full blast, and you guys cannot even hear it, which means we no longer have to choose between being comfortable and, you know, you guys being able to hear us, which is nice. Let me, is that camera? I feel like I'm just off. Anyway, say hi to everybody, babe.
Well, I don't have a ton of people right now. I got Jenny Marmion, Johnny Doyle,
We got the
uh,
right people.
Mary Casey, Karen Nance, Carol Kay, and Shannon Booth.
Oh, hey, Shannon. Hey, everybody. Oh, Lord have
Who are here
mercy.
right now?
Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We appreciate all of you guys all the time for sharing your time with us. And I know that it's been a little crazy lately, but we're back in the shed. I'm so happy to be back in here. And today we're going to continue working on our Halloween book. Although I couldn't find my eyeball. I am so disappointed. You guys remember we made the piece that goes right here, the medallion, and we decoupaged the recycled. I think it was a dark academia decoupage paper with the eyeball on there, and we did the classic crackle over the top of that. Do you think I could find it? No. But it's okay because we're actually going to be working on the back today. And if we have some extra time, we'll do some metallic on the top and the bottom. And I'm thinking I might do the IOD bookish on the back. You guys tell me if you think that's a good idea. But for today, we have our embossed wallpaper that we attached using the heavy body gel, right, last Sunday. And so today, let me add myself. We are going to, there we go. Let me,
Oh my gosh.
oh,
Okay.
we're going to work on the book. And let me pull this camera up just a little bit. Because this book is kind of tall, so I want to make sure we can see everything. Okay. And honestly, I want to make sure I can do a short. So if I'm too close, I really can't cut off anything
Joe
more.
Schmidt says hello to Damar.
Well, hi. Oh
Well,
my
hi.
gosh.
So
Oh.
we used some embossed wallpaper and we got this stuck on here. I'm sorry, I'm just out of sorts today. If you guys are new, my name is Royce Hunt Bell. The voice you hear behind the camera is my wonderful husband, David Bell, and my fabulous grandson. You will also hear him
Oh
peeking in every now and again.
my
So he's here with us tonight too.
Who's
So
been bugging us for 2 days for Cheetos?
I know Grandpa bought Cheetos yesterday, and
Where are my Cheetos?
where are my Cheetos? He's been talking about those Cheetos for the whole time. So, and we make up Recycle Treasures. And so we meet here every Wednesday for some crafting and some chatting. I hope that when you guys come and you join us, that you find some inspiration, some encouragement, and some new creative ideas that you can use in your own creative journey. Um, but let's get started. I've adhered this to my piece, and I used Pent Art's Heavy Body Gel. And so now we're going to want to, oh man, I hope this is tough enough. We're going to want to remove this wallpaper. I think I can sand it. If not, I meant to get, I have like a 180 grit sanding block, but I couldn't find it. So we're going to see if I can sand it off. If not, we'll use a blade and we'll cut it off. But I'm really hoping I can sand it off. I probably should have cut it closer to size. And I know I'm going side to side. I'm breaking my own rules, but this is not tissue paper, so I'm not worrying about lifting it up and tearing.
Jenny Marmion asked if they've made Cheetos that don't sting your fingers.
I think that's half the fun, Jenny.
I don't know. I haven't had Cheetos in a long time.
I like the little hard ones. You like the fluffy? Okay, so Cheetos question. You guys like the fluffy Cheetos or like the original Cheetos, the little crunchy ones? I like the little crunchy ones.
And Jenny also asked, how is school going tomorrow?
I tell you what, Jenny, he's been at school long enough to bring home him and his friends germs.
Yeah, listen to them walk.
Hmm?
Just talking about the beach.
Oh, okay. So I'm just sanding off the extra paper. I probably could have been more thoughtful when I was cutting this to make it the right size.
2 votes for crunchy Cheetos, 1 for puffy. 3 votes for crunchy. 1
Yeah.
for puffy.
My teeth would probably rather I use the puffy ones.
These are puffy.
Okay, y'all. We're gonna. Oh man, I don't even know if I
Yeah,
have
they're
my
puffy
blade out
Cheetos.
here.
Brains.
Let's see if we can do it with some scissors. I do not have my X-Acto knife, so I'm gonna use some scissors maybe. Oh wait, I have. Not even this one is out here.
Rajani said she used to get Cheetos made from chickpeas. Not bad.
Oh. And that's protein too. Okay, that was a lot faster, right?
I don't eat them because they're corn puffs.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah. Not that I don't like them, it's
You just can't eat them.
candy corn, that's all. Enriched cornmeal, vegetable oil, whey, cheddar cheese,
Oh man, I'm cutting my mat.
salt, corn maltodextrin,
When they start adding words that I can't say, I just know it's not good. This edge right here, I'm gonna go ahead and just lay. Oh, you know what? This is the edge. I'm gonna cut this off. This is like, in order to open and close the box, there's like a little piece of ribbon right here. I was like, why didn't I adhere that? But that is why. There was a method to my
Lee is
madness.
popping in just for a quick minute because she's going out to a birthday dinner. Today is her birthday.
I know. Oh yeah, that's right. Happy
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. You know who else's birthday it is? My niece's birthday is today, please. I apologize. Damar has been in school just long enough to conspire with his friends to decide what germs they're going to bring home to we parents and grandparents.
Grandpa's
So,
just getting over it.
and I think I'm just starting.
This one? She likes
So I'm going to cut this because I don't want to have this paper cover that ribbon because I don't want it to interfere with the box's ability to open and close. I probably shouldn't have overlapped this at all. Hindsight, right?
And Melissa Gomez is here. Mary Casey. Excuse me. see somebody else. Catherine Lukowski. Karen Moyer. Michelle Fensky, who also says crunchy Cheetos.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna look janky. I'll figure that out later. It's okay. It's
Oh,
fine. I may even put another piece of ribbon right there. Excuse me, to cover that up later. And I should have brought cough drops out here, but I didn't. Okay, so just like our other leather looks, you guys, we're gonna start off with the base coat of Pintarts. This color is called, oh, it's ochre yellow. And I'm using Pintart, but you guys know how I am. If you have any Sloan paint, you can use, oh, criminies, what's the name of that color? She has a similar color. So you can use any paint that's a similar color. And this is an acrylic based paint, I believe. So I'm going to start with this color. And I know that whenever I lay this down, you guys are like, oh my gosh, that's so bright. But it kind of lights up the finish from the back, which I think is what makes it look like vibrant, and so that it doesn't
mosquito bite.
just fall flat, like a flat brown. Because even when we go over this with our glazes, this color is still going to peek through. And this is the same container that we've been using, and you guys can see that I still have plenty of paint left. So,
Melissa says she has a lot of printable wallpaper. Excited to see what you do with it.
so our goal on this one is to make this look like, oh, criminies. You know what happens, you guys? I go to say something, and then my brain is like, don't forget that word. And you guys know what I do. I forget the word. The kind of leather, you guys know the decorative leather that has like texture. What is it called? Help me out. Help us out. I cannot believe I forgot my eyeball. I mean, I can't believe I lost my eyeball. I'm so upset. How am I going to make a spooky book with no eyeball? Oh, you know what, Jenny? I know I haven't even started ornaments yet. So Jenny's asking about the rust effect on the ornaments. You guys know that Pintart has like a rust effect kit with all the colors that you need, and it has like a texture agent in there too. And it's really cool because it comes in a little box, and of course it's in the house because I didn't bring it out. Um, that you could absolutely use to make the rusty. But yes, Jenny, I think some leather looking ornaments would be fabulous. I'm feeling a little movement right here. I'm gonna have to go under there with some more heavy body gel. Oh, thank you, babe, so much. Thank you, thank you. Am I sniffling? Is it grossing you guys out? I'm sorry.
Banana.
Banana. I might have you mute me when I blow my nose, babe, so I don't like blast anybody unnecessarily.
Go ahead.
Am I muted?
Yep.
Mosquito bite.
Okay.
I'm going to get a mosquito bite.
Are you getting a mosquito bite?
He did get one on his ankle.
Oh. On the ankle, that is like the worst place to get the mosquito bite. Maybe not the worst, but one of the worst.
Walls by, excuse me, Walls and More by Mimi.
That's Rima.
Excuse me, I apologize. Can you remind me how you glued on the paper?
We used the heavy body gel. Pintart's heavy body gel is what I used to glue the paper down. Last week we just put it on the back of the paper and the back of the surface. And I set it upside down and we put something heavy on top of it so that it could adhere. So, you know, to make sure there's good contact between the paper and the surface. I cannot believe I did that. That looks so janky.
Jenny asked, did you happen to see people asking about what to use to get the rusty effect on Prima ornament molds? She said she suggested your leather kit.
Thank you, Jenny.
Karen Moyer, I'm playing catch up because I went into the house. Karen Moyer said suede. Melissa says embossed. Catherine says tooled.
Tooled. Yes, that's the word I was looking for. Tooled leather. That's the look we're going for today. Is tooled leather.
What is it?
Jenny said went to order the Rust Effect pack from Megan, but sold out.
Oh, no.
And Johnny says best for congestion is thyme supplements.
Okay. Virginia is my kind of woman. You see, she has all these
Oh my
natural.
gosh, I think I didn't miss them.
I know I kept having to bend over today just because you guys know how it is, right? Like I moved everything out of here and into the house, and then I put everything in a big box to make room for the auction yesterday. So I'm like bending over, digging in this box. But every time I bend over, I feel like there's a romancing the stone that runs to the front of my head. That's how my mind works, you guys. I know it's ridiculous, but that's what I see. Is that big old boulder running down the hallway? Yes.
Catherine Mikowski asked mustard, straw, or antique gold.
Yes. So just something that's going to be like, to me, this adds a really beautiful richness to the finish that it would be hard to get with just brown. And so I'm going to dry this really well before we move on to our next. And you guys saw me kind of like scrubbing around because this paper has so much texture. I want to make sure that I'm killing all the whites. And you know what? I should turn this around to make sure. So I'm looking at it from multiple sides. I want to make sure that I got paint into all of those recesses. Now, when I dry this, I may likely end up with some more white bits because acrylic shrinks when we dry it. And so even sometimes when it looks like you have full coverage, when it shrinks, it can expose some areas that maybe didn't have as much product on there. I'm not going to be super picky about it because we are going in with additional layers, but you do want to have pretty good coverage on this first layer.
Jenny asked, is this yellow part of your leather look kit from Lynn?
Yes, this is. You get this yellow as your base coat. You get the chalky for the second color. You get the Lejour. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. You get the Lejour gel, and then you also get varnish. So you get all four things with the kit.
Jerry Peters says, pour yourself some moringa tea. Moringa tea, you'll feel better faster.
I should have been taking my zinc lozenges too. I want to turn this fan up, but I'm not sure how to do it. I don't know what I'm doing, baby. It says it's 77 degrees in here. I should push this button. Huh? Narrow it down. Well, so there's a button you can push. It'll read the ambient temperature around the remote, and then it'll just do what it needs to do. So I'm hoping it will, because I don't think it's hot in here. I think it's me.
It's not hot, but it's not cool.
Yeah, I should have come out and turned it down really low. I just don't want it to be too cold.
Yeah.
Oh. Anybody have any questions? Oh, I know. And I'm drinking coffee too. That's not helping, I'm sure. No questions, baby?
Not at the moment.
You guys worry me when you don't have questions. Of course, I'm not getting any. I might have to move that light over on the other side because I'm really not getting any air either because that light is blocking it.
Oh.
I need the winter.
Do you think you can do that for me, babe? I'm sorry. I've been hot all day, and I live in Arizona. I live in Arizona, and my body does not do well with heat. Oh, see, I feel the air already. So that was just blocking all my air. Yeah, that's good, babe. Because I know there's a crate under the table, so I'll move it. I'll get it all figured out once we get done tonight. But that's good for now, I think. You guys can see okay, right? I felt the air as soon as you moved it. Okay. And then, of course, like most acrylic products, you guys see, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when we dry this, it did get a little bit darker. That's the one thing about acrylic paint. Like it or not like it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. is that when it dries down, it does have a tendency to get darker, or it dries darker than it looks when it's wet.
Jerry Peter asks, are you going back to upstate New York for Ellen's classes?
So I will be in New York on September. Oh my goodness. I know Michelle is here and she's registered to go. Michelle, what's the dates? I'm excited. I'll be there with Lynn and Jonathan, Mark Mendez next month.
I think it means that it wants you to buy a new game, but we don't want that.
So we have to decide. One of the things that you want to think about when you're building this texture, because that's really what it is you're building it, is whether or not you want like a really dark leather or if you want a lot of the camel to show through. I prefer having the camel show through my finish. So I'm going to go ahead and put a layer of varnish on this just so I have more control and I can pull more of the glaze off um, to reveal the gold underneath. So I'm just going to put a layer of varnish over this and then I'm gonna dry this. And I am using, this is a Silky Shine. You guys know normally I use mattes, but I tried making the leather finish with the matte and it just really made everything look drab. So I do think that either gloss or a semi-gloss, or a satin varnish is better on this finish than matte.
Jenny asks if you're going to Ontario too.
I'm not going to Ontario. Y'all, I don't even have a passport. I need to get a passport. Every time I say that to somebody, they just look at me like, really, Royce? Like, grown-ups are supposed to have passports, baby.
Yeah, but that's only if you're going to another country.
I know, but we need to get one. So
And for decades, we could just go to Mexico.
I know. So no, I will not be going to Canada with Jonathan and Lynn. They'll be heading up, like, I think the next day after our event, they'll be heading up to Canada. Poor Jonathan. So he got here and he met Sally or he'll be here and he'll be in New York City with, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to tell. He'll be in New York City with other people. And then he'll be at the Painted Purple Ladies because she's having an event. And then he's coming down to L&J Goods. And then after that, he'll be headed to Ontario. And then after that, he'll be heading to Sonnet's retreat. So, poor Jonathan, he's making it worth it, though. He said if he's going to come to the States, he is going to make it worth it.
So what event are you going to be at, Jenny asks?
Me, I'm gonna be at L&J Goods. That's where I'll be in September. And I feel so bad, you guys. When we, um, this was like not last minute. We've been talking about it, but we hadn't really like finalized what we were gonna do. And we met like week before last, and we're like, okay, this is what we're gonna do. We all agreed. And then we did the live just to announce the event. And I told them it was going to sell out in like 72 hours. I did not expect it to sell out by the time we were done with our live. It was sold out, babe, by the time we were done. And so a lot of people didn't even get to see the announcement, and it was sold out already. So I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I did cheat and posted inside of my membership, my Recycled Besties membership, before we went live, and I think Lynn posted it in her group. But, you know, they get the insider scoop.
Well, that's
That's the
why you
deal.
join a group.
Yeah, for the membership.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, that's what you join for, is that early access.
And so the Recycle Besties membership is always open. So if you guys are interested, let me know. Can you mute me 1 second, baby? I gotta blow my nose. Okay. We meet live, and I don't mean like a Facebook live. It's more like a Zoom kind of a setting. So we're meeting in real time every week, and we do deep dives on specific projects. But as a member, you also have access for any classes that I do for free. So like now that I have a cooler here in my studio, I'm going to go ahead and move forward because I want to teach the how to mix any color that you want. The class that I taught in New York. I want to teach it online because I didn't have enough time in New York. I only had a couple of hours, and I really need more time, and I really want to get this information in you guys' hands. I did a video today on like a trick you can use to paint your molds, and somebody left a comment that when she tries to paint her molds that her colors always end up super muddy. And I know it's because she's probably missing
Grandpa's house.
see, my brain always tells me I'm going to forget before I forget. It's so jacked up. Complementary colors is probably why she's getting mud, but that's why it's so important to understand color, because it really does empower you to do exactly what you want to do. And so I'm going to be launching that class soon, and that'll be online. But we're also talking about possibly doing something in person here in Arizona. We'll see. Something small, like a one-day master class.
All right, I'm trying to listen to you, got running commentary on Plants vs. Zombies in my good ear.
Yeah, Jenny, it really, so Jenny says that color mixing is next up on the list of things that she wants to learn. It is so empowering because you think about like if you're struggling to like blend your decoupage paper edges, it's probably because you need to match the color, right? Or maybe you have a beautiful transfer and you love it and you want to use it, but you don't have that paint in your stash that matches it. Like, what if you could just add a little bit of acrylic paint if you know what to do, and you could make the color that you have exactly the color that you want? It really is empowering, and it's why I'm so passionate about it. And there are some things about color that don't work the way that we think it's going to work. And so my class, I feel like it's anybody who took the class in person, you guys can tell me if I'm right or wrong. My goal is to teach the information in a way that makes sense to us, right? Um, so I'm not using like, I don't know, academic language or anything like that. We're having like real talk. After every lesson, there is an exercise. So my goal is like, okay, you learn it in your mind and then you do it with your hands. And I feel like that's how we retain information. And so you're mixing color over and over and over and over again throughout the course, so that by the time we're done, you really do have the confidence to be able to do it on your own. And of course, the more you do it, the more internalized it becomes, and you don't even think about it anymore. You just do it. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm drying most of the time we have together, but I hate to start early and then, you know, we miss out. And it's funny because there's so much beautiful texture on here, and you guys can't even see it right now, right? Because everything is the same color. I do want to make sure that this is dry, right? If I just kind of dry it and then start glazing it, um, the tackiness can actually be what grips onto the color in places where I don't want it to grip. So I do want to take my time and make sure that this is dry and I don't have areas that are just like kind of dry and tacky, because the glaze will stick to those areas. So I am taking my time. I apologize. But I do want to make sure that we're good before we start. Booyah. I probably could have been a little light-handed. But it's hard when you have this much texture. Let me do this area and I think we're done. Because it doesn't feel tacky anywhere.
Jenny asks, where do I find the Besties group sign up?
Let me give you the link right now, Miss Jenny. You can go to roycycledacademy.com to find it. And then also, if you are on, I don't know if I have an automation on, Facebook will only let me do so many. This is the QR code. You can take a picture of this with your phone, Jenny, and then if you're on your phone watching, you can just like do a screenshot, and then you'll have it, and then afterwards your camera should pick it up and you should be able to find it. If not, it is at roycycledacademy.com. I think the membership is the second thing on there. Right now, the retreat is the first thing on there, and we have 8 seats left at the retreat. It's getting down to the wire. And it might be 7 soon because I know that Rima was wanting to talk to Megan before she starts making plans. You better hurry up, Rima. Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't want it to be tacky, so I'm gonna let this cool off a little bit um, before I go on with my Lejour gel. And so this one is called Palisander, and I really like this because it's not just brown. So Pintart has like an antiquing gel, and it's a brown, but it's a much cooler brown. This is brown, but you guys can see it's a really rich brown, right? And then I actually, when we were building the kit, I did want the red to be a chalk style paint. So we're gonna add some. I don't have any containers in here. We're gonna add some details to this using. I didn't bring my sponge brush out. It's okay. I'll cheat.
Look at me. You're a tree.
I am. I'm gonna cheat. And so I'm gonna take this red, and I don't want to make it super dark, so I'm gonna add some yellow to this as well. Some of the gold over here on the side, and I'm gonna kind of mix these as I go. I like to mix every time I go, like come to pick up more paint. I'll remix my paint all over again so that every time I'm picking up something a little bit different. It's funny because we'll try to make things look random, but our brains just really want things to be organized, and so it will try to organize it for you. We don't want that. You love it? Oh, there's a sponge. Woo-hoo. This is why I love being back in my studio too, because I'm more likely to have something, even if I haven't planned for it to be here. So I have this sponge, and right now it's really tight and it's kind of uniform. So I'm gonna like jack it up a little bit. And I don't want to cut all the way across because I want it to be, and I have some white paint crested on here too. So we're going to pull that out. Oops. I hope that didn't land in my coffee. I probably drank so much paint in my lifetime, y'all. I'm sure I have. And I don't want to use scissors because I don't want it to be clean. I want it to be like all these beautiful cells that are in these natural sponges is what enables us to make.
Johnny says the retreat is her birthday present to herself.
Oh,
Wow.
it's going to be fabulous for Johnny. I cannot wait.
I thought Johnny couldn't go.
I
Didn't
don't
she
know.
say that she couldn't get the time off?
I don't know. She's
That's
coming
good.
now.
I'm glad.
So I'm going to take my sponge. I'm going to wet this first. And then I'm just going to pick up some red paint. And I'm going to kind of mix as I go. And it's funny because when you mix the gold and the burgundy, you get like a pinkish color. But that does turn into a beautiful lighter leather look later when we get ready to glaze it. And so I'm just going to kind of mix as I go. We're going to add some of those marks to there. And I just feel like I'm better able to get something organic when I use this sea sponge than if I try to do it myself, because my brain just wants things to be, the same. Even now, like that's pretty even coverage, right? Which isn't what we want. We want to have some areas that are darker and some that are not. I may have put out a little bit too much paint. I always think I need more paint than I do, because it's not like we're doing a full coverage. And I do want to have some light paint in some areas. And just like with any finish, there'll be a little bit of back and forth, right? So like when you're doing a rust finish, You know how you'll go over with your orange and your red and your yellow, and then you'll come back with your black to push everything back again, and you just kind of go back and forth until you have something that you're happy with. And you guys know I cannot help it. I have to do a halo just because. And I'm okay getting, I'm going to have to put a ribbon or something right here because this edge just looks hecka janky. We don't like that. We don't want janky, right? And I always think whenever I'm working on like one of my representational art pieces, how sometimes we want things to be right on the first layer. But really, when we trust ourselves enough to lay down multiple layers, is when the magic actually happens. Can you mute it for a second, babe, so I can blow my nose? Okay.
Alright, I need one more thing. Okay,
And
let's
so
play.
I think that I want to go in this middle area and add a little bit more gold there.
Chris Schmidt says, all right, now let's try it again. Palisander is a term used for rosewood, which is rich
Oh.
hardwood.
Oh, that makes sense because you guys know I'm off off script here, right? These glazes were meant to use to make like faux finishes with wood, so it makes sense that it would be named after a wood. But you know, we are making it work for what we want it for, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and dry this. This should be a quicker dry because the red is a chalk style paint. I do like when I was building the kit, I really wanted to have one of the colors be a chalk style paint because I feel like the chalk style paint absorbs pigments differently than the acrylic paint does. And having that different kinds of absorption just gives you more nuance than you would get, I think, if we used all acrylic medium.
All right, Kathleen Huvis says, David has not been muting you. Yes, I have, which tells me
Oh, am I on the wrong mic?
you're on the wrong mic.
Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just blowing my nose. Okay, let's see. Which one is yours again?
Rose.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm so sorry. Y'all just let me blow my nose and didn't even tell me nothing. Y'all supposed to be kind of friends to tell me when I got lipstick on my teeth now. Don't have me walking around looking crazy. Y'all, I walked out of the room today and I didn't do my hair on purpose. I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Just to see what David was going to do. He was like, okay.
It's
He,
Sunday. You do whatever you want on Sunday.
he was
Jerry
going to let me
Peters,
walk out looking crazy.
Jerry Peters said she saw someone on YouTube make a leather look with tin foil. It was
Ooh.
interesting.
Did they use the tinfoil for the wrinkles? That would be cool. Oh, one thing I want to talk about while we're drawing, anyways. You guys, on Wednesday and Thursday this week, we're gonna have a YouTube like fall. I don't know what do you want to call it. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once, and I'm burning myself with this. So we have recycled retailers who have signed up to do projects for you guys, all celebrating the fall. They'll start on Wednesday, this week on Wednesday, the 26th, and Thursday, the 27th at 4 p.m. I'll kick off each night at 4 p.m. and you guys will start with me and just hang out in the chat because YouTube will take you to the next person and the next person and the next person. I do believe we have 5 people each night. Each one will be doing a craft around the celebration of fall. So I hope you guys will be sure and join us. Make sure to pop over to Roycycle Treasures this week because I will be sharing um, information about each of the makers so we can celebrate them and you guys can go and check out their YouTube channels. And I know everyone's talking about Christmas, but like fall isn't over yet. So we're going to do some fall. And I'm going to show you guys this. I sprayed some paint right there and I got to dry it. So see guys, that paint dried a lot faster. And I want to show you guys up close because it looks like it's pretty uniform. But you guys can see how some areas the red is really dark. Some areas the red is lighter. And you're beginning to see the texture of that paper, right? So our next coat, oh, I should have done, oh, I'm tired of drying. Look, I'm tired of drying. I'm going to do a super light coat of varnish because I do not want the red to absorb a ton of the pigment from from the glaze. So ignore my first glaze layer. I should have glazed after the chalk stout paint.
I went too fast.
Now, if I wanted this to be a dark leather, I would not glaze right now. I would just go right over this with um, my paint. I'm going to show you guys a board here in just a second because I left my other projects in the house too. But I do want to show you guys one of the darker finishes that we created. And I want to say we did this inside the membership. My poor people in the membership, they get to see all the experimenting. So, like, we've been experimenting with texture, right? And so we're looking at different ways to create texture. We're looking at different products, how they work, um, what happens if. So, like, I'll have an experiment set up. And if one of my besties says, I wonder what would happen if blah, 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 then I'll set up a whole new experiment and we'll see, like, what will happen, right? They're organized experiments, though. So we might look at the product in and of itself, right? What is it? What is it made of? How does it work? And then the next time, like texture specifically, we're testing things like, does it crack when it's dry? Does it crack when it's thicker versus thinner? Um, you know, do we want it to crack? What happens if we emboss it? Different things. And then the next lesson might be, okay, now that it's dry, can we carve it? What happens when we paint it? And so it really is a deep dive on the products and the processes so that hopefully my besties walk away with like a really good knowledge of how to use the products that they have. It's funny because we're using plaster wrap right now. And I know a couple of ladies were like, oh, yeah, I had that in my stash, but I forgot what I bought it for, which is another thing, right? Sometimes you learn how to use something that you've had in your stash for a long time because you saw somebody somewhere make something, and we can take a deep dive and do experiments and find out. Um, and if you're in the membership, you can have access to Sonnet. Sonnet's from Sonnet's Garden Bloom. She has a prescription subscription box. Prescription. She has a subscription box, and so my Roycycled besties can go in and just buy the paper that they want. You also get discounts from Decoupage Queen and Pentart as a member. And Roycycled Besties have access to any course. So, like, I'm coming up, I'm going to teach the color course. They'll have access to that course free because they're already besties, so they won't have to pay for that course. So, there are a lot of benefits for being a Roycycled Bestie aside from just hanging out with me every week.
So what should I do?
And at this point, we have a huge library of information.
Look,
I need to get it organized. That's a whole nother thing now. That's there. And Jenny, when you come into the Recycled Besties group, the very first class that I suggest you take is the Crafting in Color course. It's like a really high, like level overview, but it does give you a really nice foundation for you to start.
Reba says Royce loves to stretch our minds in the membership.
Is that what I'm doing, Rima?
And she says it looks like a tapestry right now.
Well, so that's the texture, right? Because of the raised wallpaper. And when we put the gel in, I just feel like that's gonna just come to life because we'll be pushing that gel into the recesses and pulling paint off of the top, and we'll be able to see that texture. And so I want you guys to see my inspiration. This is my inspiration for this particular project, right? It's not going to look exactly like this, but this is kind of the look that I wanted to go for.
Karen Moyer says summer isn't over yet. But for us, it doesn't get over till October.
Karen is like, we are rushing things. She is not ready for winter to get here, and she wants us to cut it out. I'm sorry, Karen. It's hot. We ready. It is 103 degrees right now, and it is 5:48. Absolutely unnecessary. Although we traded for like, mild winters, but it's hot. After seeing that sample, I feel like I should go a little lighter on my highlights. So I'm going to drive you guys a little bit crazy, but I got to do it. So this is just like a Mylar sponge. This is like the Mr. Clean sponges. I'm going to use this because I feel like because this is flat, I can get it to go just over the highlights and not get any color into my recesses. So I'm going to do that super quick because I do think I need my highlights to be a little lighter to get the look that I want. So I just have some paint on here and I'm just gonna like go over. You guys see what I mean? And because my sponge is flat, it's only applying that lighter color on the high points and it's not going into the recesses. And I think that that's going to get me closer to what I want. It doesn't even look like it made that big of a difference on camera, but I'm going to bring you guys up close. You see that? I just rubbed that over so that all my high points are just a little bit lighter. I know I'm drying all night. I'm sorry. This should be quick though, because that was just a tiny bit of paint. Sometimes when we're working on projects, we feel like we should know exactly what to do, right? But there is nothing wrong with being in the middle of a project and noticing that you need to do something different and switching gears. Like if you're creating something, the only rules are the ones that you have for yourself. There are some rules, but like for the most part, it's just whatever rules you have for yourself. Like you don't have to, even though I'm doing it this way, you don't have to do it this way. If you're looking at it and saying, you know what, I would do something different maybe, that's fine, right? We're here to inspire each other. And if you do it exactly the way that I do, that's fine too. Oh, all right, go back to the comments. I know Chris says another benefit of the besties, of course, is all of us wonderful, unique members. Yes, Chris. I will say that I have a really diverse group of ladies in the group. And so it's so awesome because I will be working, like Rima used to do like walls and faux finishes, and then she loves resin, right? And then Melissa is like a really technical person. And so she knows like the technical stuff about the different products that we're using. Flea is like the organizer and she organizes everything. And Karen has been crafting for so long that she'll be like, I remember back in the day when we used, so you end up with like this really well-rounded view of whatever we're doing. It's really good. So I'm bringing my expertise, but our members also have their own expertise as well. And like everybody does different things. Oh, I'm sorry, Catherine. She said she hadn't even had summer yet. I know we're talking about fall, and you're like, wait. It's hot in Arizona, though. And it's been really hot the last like few weeks. We've had a heat advisory. When I got back from New York, we were on a heat advisory, and we've been on one again this week. Bring on fall. Yeah, I'm hoping, Angie, that we get a tooled leather look. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see if that's what happens. And it may be that I need to go, because I was thinking I may have needed to do like more of a solid color. But I feel like one of the things that I love about leather is its imperfections, right? Because when you get the calf skin, you don't know what you're going to get. And so it is seldom is it perfect. I don't use up all my brushes, y'all. Hold on. Oh, I have one more. So I'm going to go in. This is the Leisure Glaze. And so I'm going to lay this down. Let me get my paper towels ready. So I have my paper towels ready, and I also have my sponge ready. Let me get a clean sponge. I love using the melamine sponges to take glaze off because it does it so completely.
Oh, that's
And you can buy one Mr. Clean at Walmart for like $8, or you can get a whole pack like this off of Amazon for $8. Just saying. And they're not going to be as dense as the Mr. Clean sponges. However, I have a bunch of them, right? So let me wet this. I want to make sure I'm ready so I can start removing this glaze. And I'm also letting my surface cool off a little bit. When it's warm, the glaze dries faster, and I don't want that. Thank you, Catherine. I mean, and you can do black under gold, absolutely, but the red does lend something. My next, I'm passionate about a lot of things, but the more that I am on my own like art journey where I'm learning things, I see things that artists are doing that we can absolutely implement in our creative things that we're making. Let me say that classical artists are doing, right? That we can integrate into what we do. And underpainting is one of those, Catherine. So I'm exploring that right now, and I'm hoping to bring you guys something about that soon. But yes, red looks beautiful under the gold. It makes it look richer. I actually learned that from like years ago. I was reading a magazine, and somebody was like replicating a Pottery Barn finish, and you know, I've been doing it ever since then. And I have noticed that when you watch artisans that are using like real gold leaf, they will do like a really warm brick red under before they put the gold leaf down. And so I'll do half and then we'll wipe it back because I don't want it to dry. I want to be able to wipe it. But look how rich that is already. And then when we wipe it, I don't want to wipe the recess. I just want to wipe off of the top, right? And like, let me show you guys. So you guys see how I wipe that off, right? And and that was the paper towel. And the sponge just does more. It just wipes it back so much more. You guys see that, right? And so I want to have it be different in different areas. I don't want to have it be the same everywhere. So some places it'll be lighter, some places it'll be a little bit darker. Because whenever we're replicating nature, it's not going to be perfect. This brush is too big for my jar, but we're going to make it work. This is a make it work moment. Poor David. I subjected him to Project Runway this weekend. He liked it better when Tim Gunn was on. He doesn't care for Christian too much. I just love watching them. Like, and last night was like the unconventional challenge where they had to go and they had like chords and like old electronic stuff, and they made like the most gorgeous stuff. And I'm really pushing that glaze down into my recesses. I don't want it just sitting on the top. And you guys see how that gold comes through? It's almost backlighting it, right? I need to blow my nose and my husband is gone. Okay, so we're gonna wipe this back. Oh, look at that. Isn't it so pretty? And I want to have a little bit of yellow showing up in some of the places, kind of like camel leather a little bit. So I'm just going to go in with that sponge and wipe it back a little bit more. What do you guys think? How pretty is that? Oh, and how fun. And I could, because this is textured too, the spaces in between. It's like, como se dice, it's like line work in there. So I could go in between, but I feel like that might be a little bit too busy. So we'll leave well enough alone. And so, oh, I just love that so much. I feel like I can see the line where I started and stopped. So I'm going to miss that and kind of go over that a little bit because that is not what I want. And so I guess the lesson here is don't stop in a straight line, right? Like if you're going to do two sections, do something a little bit more organic as far as the shape. But I put my brush in the. Ha! I found another brush. So I can see, well, I guess I can't really see the line anymore, but I'm going to go in and make something more organic just to like get rid of that line. Oh, it is so pretty. I love this so much. I think I need to do this on a large piece. And this is another thing, right? Like, could you imagine this finish on the side of a piece of furniture? How gorgeous would that be? Seriously.
All right, I'm gonna play catch up. Um, yes, I'm gonna play catch up.
So I'm going to dry this and then I'm going to seal it. And so you guys can see how if I were to go over this with a mat, it would just really dull this down, right? I want it to look absorbent. I don't want it to look flat and matte. So I am using a Silky Shine varnish that I'm going to go over the top of this with. But I do want you guys to see like all the details. And you can still see that gold that's coming up, right? Okay, sorry, babe.
Catherine Mikowski says that's like you're all painting black under gold. I was taught red goes under gold.
Yes.
Jenny Marmion says in the process of getting a kitchen remodel, countertop company told me to use magic eraser on stains. Same thing.
Yes, this is the same thing. Now, these aren't as dense as the magic erasers are, but you guys saw that pack. You probably paid $12 for that big old pack of melamine sponges. Legitimately. But yes, it's the same thing.
Kathleen Huber says I have trouble when I stop to do something like wipe away, then getting the next section to blend in.
Like, oh, like when you stop like I did in the half. You see what I did? I just went back in, right? And I just went in with another layer kind of over that line to kind of mess it up so it wasn't so straight. I probably shouldn't have done a straight line. What I should have done is done something organic and done that and then did the rest as opposed to doing a straight line and have a delineation that's like super easy to see.
Catherine Mikowski says blend your two halves together.
Yeah.
And she's seen it done with Lynn Crustal wallpaper.
Huh?
She's seen it done with Lynn Crustal wallpaper.
What's
I don't know what that
that?
is.
Lisa, late for date night.
Michelle Fensky says the design stands out. Rima says Strier, S-T-R-I-E-R. Sorry guys, I had popped out of the shed here for a minute. So I'm playing catch up.
Can you mute me 1 second, babe, so I can blow my nose because I'm sniffling. Done, babe.
Okay.
You can pause during a live.
On YouTube.
I gotta tell you guys, this is my favorite one so far. And I meant to bring in the other examples, but I left them in the house. I will show you guys this one though. This is pretty dark. I didn't lift off a lot. I didn't leave a lot of yellow. But this is one that we did in the membership, and we used the stuff that you can, the fluffy stuff. Modeling paste. We used modeling paste, and we did embossing with stamps on this one. And then we created the leather finish. And so before I brought this finish to you guys, my membership had to live through me going through and experimenting with all the products to get the exact result that I want so that I could build a kit for you guys. So that's why I know that this kit works well, is because I tried multiple things and this was my favorite. And I will say that I chose this particular gel because this particular gel because I felt like you could get the most finishes out of this one bottle. But they do have other gels that have like other tones. There's one that has like an orange undertone, and there's one that has more of like a purpley undertone where you can do even more. But I wanted to create a kit that would allow you to do the most. So this is today's, and this is last week's that we did. And we
So,
used crumpled up tissue paper here, and we used the wallpaper here.
so Rima says the lines straight down are called striers.
Oh, okay. This, oh, that's what it is in between there. Yeah. So there are like these embossed lines or striers. You guys see that in between there? But I was really wanting to capture um, this decorative part. So let's see. This is what we got, right? Let's look. I want to look at our.
Oh, it's too late.
This was what was my inspiration, right? And this is what we created. It's not exact, but I do think that I got pretty close. And so I think that's all I have for tonight because we do have the grandbaby, so we're not going to be super long. You guys, I got to find my eyeball because I have my frame. I know, my frame, my rusty frame that goes here with the eyeball. I do want to do, so my plan around the edges, because usually when you find like a really old fancy book, you'll have gilded edges, right? So, excuse me. I'm going to use copper though. I'm not going to use gold. And so I'm going to go over this with, oh, I don't have the color I want.
Oh.
Lisa Vansell says, I love with what you're doing. It's the yummy.
It
Which
is.
sounds like Starfire from Teen Titans.
It's the yummy. It is yummy. Oh, I do have a couple of Lazure gels. So like the chestnut, you guys see how it's a little more orange, right? So like it depends on like what your personal preference is. And this one is mahogany, and the mahogany is a little more red. So you can use the different glazes to get different results. But I do think that the one that comes in the kit gives you the most options because it's neutral as far as it doesn't have an undertone. And so I was going to use the black gesso on my board and then do the copper over the top. But now I'm wondering,
Oh.
Pintart has this really deep, deep eggplant color. And I think that would be gorgeous under the copper. But I do not have it. I'm going to go get it. I'll be right back, babe.
Big Mashmizo
Will you mute
says,
me, baby, so I can blow my nose, please? Still didn't find my eyeball.
Were you talking the whole time?
No.
Okay, because your microphone's on,
Oh, okay. They just heard me scrounging around looking for stuff. You were supposed to turn it off, baby.
Oh, that'd be boring.
Oh my gosh.
I had a whole conversation with people that could not hear me at all.
Oh, they can't hear you?
You
Oh,
had the
oh, because
microphone.
I had the microphone. I'm sorry, you guys. So this is called, oh, it's eggplant, but it's like a metallic. I want to try it under the, I feel like these two are going to complement each other beautifully. Let's see. We are going to see. That's my, let me, I should have grabbed another paintbrush too while I was in there. Oh, I should have switched microphones and then they could have heard you. What were you reading when I was walking out the door since they couldn't hear you?
The embossed wallpaper sold at wallpaper stores is called Anaglypta.
Oh, really?
Anaglypta.
Oh, yeah.
And then a couple of people bought some at the Whatnot sale Friday night too. This paint goes so far, I forget.
It's too late.
I do think this is going to be beautiful underneath that copper. 'Cause even if I have a little bit of this showing through, okay. Yeah, we'll get this down. We'll see. Let's see what happens. Because we got to get the boy in and get him in the tub. Because he was running around the playground today. So you guys know he smells like a little puppy.
Oh, it's too late. Oh, it's too late.
So I wanted a dark color to put underneath my metallic. And I was going to do the black gesso, but I thought this was going to be like a brown the other day because I didn't read. Because, you know, why would I do that? And this edge is lifting. I'm going to have to go underneath here with some more of that heavy body gel. I'm sorry, what are you saying, babe?
Louis Stevens asks, where do you purchase the leather kit?
Let me show you. I have a link for you. You can find it on Pintart. Um, I do have a link. I want to say if you're on Facebook, you can put leather and it will show up. And if you are on YouTube, I do have a QR code. And I said I was going to leave this QR code up the whole time, and then I forgot. And so this is everything that I've used to make my spooky book. And you guys can find that. Um, and if you guys use my link, it does help me, right? Because I get like a portion of the sale. It doesn't cost you any more money, but I do get a portion of the sale when you guys use my link to purchase. And so I do appreciate that. Oh, I'm gonna have to dry this side. The thing about the metallics is they dry so fast, right? Game over. That sounds like what was that game that the kids used to play with the summer eyes, baby?
Say it again.
What was the name? Street Fighter. Game over. Sorry, that's what you sounded like when you said that. Isn't this is just the yummiest eggplant and it has like a little bit of a metallic to it. Love it. I always think purple and orange look so beautiful together. And so I feel like they're not like complements. They're not like directly across from each other on the color wheel. But I do feel like they're going to complement each other. They're like kinda, not completely. I think that's dry. So we'll do this side and then we'll get the copper down, babe. And then that way next week we can do something completely different because y'all know I can only stick with one project for so long. And then I'm ready to do something different. Although I will be live tomorrow morning and we will be playing our mixed media mashup game. So if you do not know, I am live on Monday mornings at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and we play a game. I have to pull 4 random prompts out of my can, and I have to create using those prompts. So that's the game. And you guys can have access to the game. You guys let me know if you would like the QR code for that so that you can download your own game, or you can just play using the prompts that I've pulled. But it's a nice way to get us out of our, you know, how you find yourself doing the same things like over and over again. I love this game so much because it does make me move out of my comfort zone and do things that I wouldn't ordinarily do. And honestly, I've already discovered like three, two brand new finishes just from playing the game. Legitimately, I'm going to be using one of them on a project that I'm going to be doing for the fall collaboration next week. I'm super excited about it um, because I never thought about using the paintable papers in this way. But because we were playing the game, I ended up doing it. And so we've done a flower together, and we used the pan pastels and we painted it. But I want to do the same, or I want to do the same approach, but with different colors and with different paintable paper. So I'm going to be choosing one of the either the paintable fall, or the paintable harvest papers. And then, believe it or not, the spring blocks from the spring had a neutral side to it, which I think lends beautifully to fall. So I may use that side on one of my projects as well. Y'all know I don't know what I'm gonna do until I start, though, right? Y'all know how I am. So we'll see what happens. And so I'm wanting to do copper though. So I'm painting this as an underpainting, and I'm gonna go over it. Oh Lord, look what I did. I picked up all of the flecks off of my board. Oh, they came off easy. So we'll just do this side, and then I'll do the other sides later because we have to get the boy ready for school tomorrow. Um, Not that brush. That has red in it. That one's trash. That one has brown on it. So, and I'm breaking all the rules because I'm dipping my dirty brush into my paint. Don't do that. I use a lot of paint, honestly, so I can get away with it. But if you're someone and you probably don't do as, you know, if you're not doing a lot of projects, you can just deposit like bacteria, mold into your paint, and then you go to open it to use it and it's all stinky. That's why I encourage you guys not to do it. The reality for me is this paint will be gone by the end of the week, right? So I don't know how I'm feeling about it. And this is a matte metallic too, which I'm kind of digging that. But because I put the dark underneath, I'm probably going to need to do 2 coats.
It was an accident.
My hands are a bit crazy.
Are your hands
Slippery,
crazy?
Probably from eating your Cheetos.
He finally got those Cheetos. He has been on us about those Cheetos for
Oh,
2 days. My voiceover for my video is going to sound crazy. I can tell already. But you guys don't mind, do you? And I'm going to have to put something right here because I just really jacked up that edge. Ah! That was not close to dry. I'm causing problems for myself. Any questions, babe?
No, ma'am.
No? I'm trying to think of what else I can talk about. I feel like I spent the whole time with the dryer tonight. I apologize, you guys. And I got a little bit on my metal, but I'll just take some rubbing alcohol and that should come right off. Okay. And this is Pent Art's matte metallic decor metal that I'm using. It's bronze. It's actually not copper. It says bronze, but it looks like copper to me. And it is, even though it's a metallic, it's matte, which seems like not possible, right? This book is going to be so cute. I can find my eyeball though. I guess cute wouldn't be the right word. It's going to be fabulous. I'm going to make something. I think I'm going to do my mantle here behind me for Halloween. And this will be up there with all my other goodies. Okay. And that's it. I'm going to do copper all the way around the sides. Um, and we have the leather look on the top. And then I'm probably going to do some bookish molds on the spine. But I'm ready to move on to a different project. So I don't want to come back to this next week. Can you turn me off for 1 second, babe? Sorry, I probably could have waited, but it makes me feel a little nauseous when it's just sitting there like that. So that is it. I am in love. I think this is my favorite look so far. The embossed was pretty too, though. But I do love the wallpaper. I love, love, love this. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I hope you guys had fun. If you guys have any questions, of course, you can ask them in the comments. If you're watching the replay, you can put a question in the comments and I'll try. Well, if I get an alert, I'll come back and I'll answer it. But that's all we have today. I do want to show you guys just one more time that I was able to create this using the leather kit from Pen to Art. And I think I have a picture. This is all that you get in the kit. So you get the paint, the gold paint, the red, you get the glaze, and then you also get, um, and I have a matte varnish there. The varnish that you get is not matte. I'm sorry, I put the one there, the wrong one there. And you do get a varnish as well. And you guys have seen me create multiple different leather finishes now. And so you can use this to create any of them. And of course, if we wanted this to be lighter, right, we would have used more of the gold color. And so the QR code for the kit is here. I love Pent Art. I always have loved doing kits because I love empowering people to be able to create, but I have not always loved being able to pour or having to pour like 50 to 100 2-ounce bottles in order to build a kit. So my partnership with Pent Art, I'm really having fun with because I'm able to offer you guys. You can experiment with the smaller size, right? Because the paint that you get is, I believe, it's closer to this size. You can experiment with the smaller sizes and see if you like it first. And then if you like it, they do have larger sizes available. And I don't have to pour them. Excuse me. But that's all we have tonight, you guys. Be sure and join me tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific time for our mixed media mashup game. I'll be here with my Royce Cycle journal, and we'll experiment and play and ask ourselves what would happen if, and then we'll see what happens. And for those of you who were here last Monday, thank you so much for your grace. I was a little bit rattled when I came on Monday, and so we just painted a page. So we'll be back to the business this Monday of pulling prompts and playing. And then be sure and join us. You can start on the Roy Cycle YouTube channel on Wednesday and Thursday night at 4 p.m. And then you guys can follow through. YouTube will drop you into all of the videos that come after me automatically. So you guys can come and join us for that collaboration where we'll have creators creating fall projects both days. But thank you guys so much for joining us. You guys have a blessed week. And remember, where experimentation goes, creativity follows. So challenge yourself to do something different and ask yourself what would happen if, because that's where the discoveries happen. Good night.